feeling
I don't
mouthy
like
today.
the amount of silence that I was just met with. It felt personal.
We're doomed. That's the TBK. Exhaustion.
What? Worst
Also,
case.
just Denali, the private DM, kind of hard when it sounds like someone else shit our pants. It's kind of a difficult task.
I mean, it is, but again, my brother in Christ, that is not my doing.
Never let someone else shit your pants.
Words to live by. I'm pretty sure Gandhi said that.
Direct quote.
Good man.
Fun side note before we start the recap, in my Thursday Abyss group, they faced a feral Darrow Savant, which is a baby Darrow that does like psychic damage and is like real OP. But he has this ability where he can essentially soul swap, and he soul swapped with the party's Tempest Cleric. And because that group is a bunch of children, when they ended up killing the fetal savant and the souls swapped back, I made him do a con save and he rolled terribly, so we played it that the baby made him shit his pants. So people can shit your pants.
It's like that scene from Avengers Endgame where they keep making Scott in different ages, and he's like, I don't know if it was baby me or me that peed my pants.
Always blame the baby Mimi. All right. Would anybody like to volunteer for player recap for inspiration? Do we really need one since it was mostly combat? What are we thinking? Because part of me is like, with mostly being combat, like, negate it, but you guys are in a pretty tight spot.
If we need inspiration, I can give us a recap with some of my funny commentary.
Please do.
Can we skip the parts about me?
What was it, face deep in this manticore's ass? Is that what it was?
Huh?
What was it? Face deep in the manticore's ass?
Yeah, that's part of it. That would definitely be one of them.
So,
I threw some needles at it.
We started out with, is everyone with me? Okay. Recapping.
Yeah, go.
All right, we started out
just in case.
Rick come shield on Gaudry, aka Shield of Faith. Gaudry was popping bottles. A potion turned him into Iron Man. Something Jin Blessing of the Raven Queen. Then Jin was on top of the Manticore like a mechanical bull. Yeah, Cat said uppies. He could not hit the Manticore from his position on the ground. Jay threw oil on the Manticore, Rick lit it a light, and Jin caught on fire. Let me see. Rick fell off his hippogriff, pissed himself. Gaudry, though I do not have it written down, I don't remember what it was, did the final blow, max damage on a crit, pretty cool, dead Manticore, crushed Cat. Face in the cheeks of the Manticore. In Celestial, Gaudry, I almost said Jeffrey. That's weird. Audrey says, 1 kill confirmed. Sir, why do you know, Celestial? Anyways, Rick brings the dead hippogriff back into its misery with gentle repose. Jin, Cat, Gaudry, and Rick go into the cave. Gaudry sees something and starts freaking out. Jin is like, we leave now. We are given a chance, we take it. We're all like, what the fuck, thinking maybe it's mama babies. But then, as everyone's leaving, Gaudry and Jin have some kind of change of heart because now they're back in there? Question mark? So that's where we left off.
Yes. So we left off. We have, technically at this moment, Gaudry, Jen, and Rick inside the cave. I think that Jen had said that they had actually not shared the information because Gaudry had not come out. I had misunderstood and did not think Rick had gone in, so we're going to retcon that bit a little. So you guys are not aware of the mother and cubs in there yet. Rick, I know there was something that you were wanting to do.
Right. I would have seen what I saw,
Correct.
and like heard the plan that they were talking about. So I wanted to cast warding bond from my ring of spell holding
Okay.
onto Godry, and I would tell Godry and Jin, I'll leave the cave, make sure that to stick to the wall, Godry, so that we can have that bond together in case anything goes wrong, and I'll relay the information to the rest of the party.
Okay. Go ahead.
And if any,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say if any like bad stuff happened to Godry, I'd feel it because I would take damage as well.
Yes. Go ahead and target Godry and hit the warding bond for me. I'm going to move the three of you over to this map again real quick. Do you say anything to the group once you are outside?
I'll tell the group that all of us. I'm not exactly sure what I saw, but what I saw was looked to be a mama manicore and some babies. Not quite sure why we're going in there, but I guess the other two found some, or we're gonna go like investigate some sides of the cave or some treasure possibly. I have a spell on Godry though that will help me detect if we need to go in there as reinforcements. So hopefully nothing bad will happen in here.
Okay, give me just a minute. I've got a child.
Okay.
Yeah, turn. Get up.
I love all of the beautiful faces.
Did you hear, Cass, by chance?
No?
They said, I love all of your beautiful faces, by the way.
What did you bump into?
Why? I'm just looking in the meme spot trying to load everything up. I see Freddy with his arms up, and then the message after, we're all on camera. Is this a verse? Very rare. But the way it loaded in was pretty funny. Holy.
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge.
I don't know why Beak said a different. I don't even remember what it was, but a different G name instead of Godry, and so then
Jeffrey.
you said Jeffrey, so then my name went straight to Gregory, and so I had to post a meme for that. Gregory, the fuck are you doing up there?
Don't leave me. But Vanessa.
Vanessa. God damn it, the brain rot.
That was the best era of TikTok.
Yeah. That like took me back for a moment. But Vanessa.
But Vanessa, I'm a material girl.
Exactly, that's what it was. I was trying to remember what Vanessa. I am a material girl.
I've seen the ones where they take his like avatar and they make him go like that, and the music starts playing.
Exactly.
I gotta find that now.
Glamrock Freddy is my spirit animal.
Hello.
I love him.
Bring back Glamrock Freddy.
I've seen somewhere he's like, Gregory, what the fuck?
Sorry about that, guys. You killed.
You're
They sure
good.
did. They killed the daddy. Okay.
You
So,
killed the dead.
Rick,
Fatherless. I'm sorry.
The map hasn't loaded for me either.
it hasn't. Let me
No.
re-share it. Go ahead, and because this is not your spell, this is from one that was stored in the ring. I need an Arcana check from you, please. And I turned my camera off for a bit. Chloe's probably going to be sitting with me. She hurt herself, so.
That's good.
Arcana from people who are investigating.
What Arcana from people who are investigating? What is
Nope,
this?
just from Rick,
No.
as he is casting a spell from the Ring of Spell Storing. So it is not his spell, so he does not have complete control over it. Are you happy with
Oh,
your 12?
fuck.
Rick, are you happy with your 12?
Oh, I didn't know that's how the Ring of Spell Holding worked.
I mean, it's
But,
kind of open
yeah.
to interpretation, so.
Sure.
Okay. And the way that I look at it is because it's not your magic that's in there, you have access to it, but it is not flavored how you normally would, and you may not have complete control. Like if you were to cast something like guidance or something else that would have like a physical or audible or a tangible effect, I would allow, you know, more control over that as far as the release of the magic, if that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, get it, Bo.
So, Rick,
I got
as
it.
you utilize your ring and cast Warding Bond with Godry, you see this shimmer of silver magic that kind of surrounds him, and that faintly mirrors with a light that traces over you, kind of enveloping both of you in like this luminous thread and energy that kind of pulses between you. No one else can see it except for the two of you. There's a slight flare between the two of you. As you cast this and turn to walk out to the others, the wounded beast begins to snarl as her eyes lock on the three of you, having caught the light that sort of bloomed between you and Godry. As you're walking out, Rick, you won't see it. Godry and Jen, you see the massive tail begins to like coil and tense up as her wings sort of flare out as she lets out a low guttural warning growl. It's kind of deep and reverberates through the stone and soil. You watch as the cubs begin to whimper and quickly huddle tighter behind Mother's haunches.
Do we hear this?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I would love to.
And because this would have been before I did my weird like repositioning, would go. How would she
I
react?
forgot
To, like, how would she react to like him sort of like weirdly structuring himself, trying to mimic a bird and making like cooing sounds?
So there's a couple different ways we can handle this. You can either give me a performance, or you can give me animal handling. I believe you are at disadvantage since you have a level of exhaustion, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Rick, Godry, and Jacobs all have one level.
All right. I'll have to go back upstairs. Sorry, one moment.
Okay, and let me do I'll wait for you to do that. With a 17 and a 22. Jacobs, you hear something coming from within the cave. It's not clear enough to really pinpoint exactly what it is. But you do hear something that you can tell for sure is at least not emanating from your companions. Contagious with a natural 20. You do hear a low growling and some slight whimpers.
And as of right now, we just know those two are still in there and Rick is heading out.
Correct. And Rick is coming out and giving you guys the information.
Hearing that, I'm gonna stay outside, but very close to the entrance, probably a little off to the side. I'm not
was gonna
drawing
say-
my weapon or anything, but I am ready to run in if I hear anything that sounds like combat, because I
Okay.
know I cannot see in there.
Okay, readying your weapon and preparing to run in if needed.
Yeah, I'm purposely not drawing it, trying still not to look aggressive if it can see me. I know I can't
Okay.
see it, but I'm prepared to just bolt in if needed.
Absolutely. Jen, while we are waiting for Godry's either animal handling or performance, what is it that you're doing in this moment? You can feel the tension in the beast as it's sort of hunched over, wings kind of spread out, almost making herself bigger and more threatening as this exchange has taken place.
Does my stealth check from before still apply?
I will allow it, yes.
Okay.
It does see you.
Okay. I'm just seeing if I have anything. So 1 second. Does it seem like it's ready to pounce? Because like I'm right beside the treasure, right?
Because we had retconned a little bit, I'd kind of moved you guys back.
Okay. I can't see the map, so it's
Let me
I'm
share
not
that.
sure.
I
Yeah.
apologize. I'm sorry. I thought I'd shared the photo.
Okay.
I think I'd shared it, but you weren't on it. That might have been what it was.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, if it's clearly showing aggression, like it clearly sees us, Jin would just like look to Gaudry, and Rick's also there, right?
He had stepped out.
Okay. He would look to Gaudry and shake his head and just say, "There's no point. They already know we're here. I think we should just step away now. Best not to deal with the medals of their injuries."
Calling up on my stuff real quick. Sorry. And then, okay. Gaudry would look at himself and then them, and then towards the exit, and then he would say, sort of analyzing the mother with her injuries, could I make some kind of check if it gets down to it? Like how threatening she might be compared to the male from outside?
Absolutely. You can either roll medicine to see how badly injured it is, or you can roll nature to try and look at and like compare the behavior and reactions. Medicine 12. You know that it is hurt, and it appears to be. Yeah. You can't really tell how. I mean, this is your first time encountering these creatures, but you can see that it's hurt. Some of the wings have been kind of cut or torn away at. You can see that there is blood. Some more fresh, some a bit drier.
I think I'll look to Jin, and in a hushed tone, Gaudry will answer. Well, I do see the one hand. I do see the other. We had came here for a purpose. there may be something here. Everything leading up to this point has not been coincidental. So there must be a reason we're even faced with this. If anything, if you would like to get out and prepare, I can try and grab what I can and fly out if need be. But her wings and her are injured. So there's not likely chance she will try to engage. And if she does, like I said, I'd be flown out of here quickly.
He will look at you and say, there is a chance that she attempts to become aggressive, stands up, chase after us, and then what? Her injuries overtake her. I would not allow a death that could easily be avoided to happen. But if you wish to do this, I cannot stop you. But know this. I want out now.
He'll nod and he'll say, then I will, with the best of my ability, use non-lethal force. And I'll make sure to avoid conflict as much as possible to establish a friendly relation with you, Jin.
He looks over at the manticore and looks back at Gaudry and just says, she knows we're here. What do you expect? She is going to easily see your approach as hostile.
Gaudry will look at her and then look back. I apologize, but tactically, I want to see what I can find.
He will begrudgingly nod his head and say, I won't stop you, but this does sadden me. And he's going to turn away and start heading towards out, but before that he will say one last thing and say, if you think this is right, then you will do it, I suppose. But I think you know what the right choice is. And he'll walk out of the cave.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
ask this question when you're done.
how high is the cave ceiling?
It's about 15-20 feet up.
Because if that's the case, Gaudry will fuck it. He'll still try the animal handling thing, but he's gonna fly up to where the ceiling is and make himself as parallel as. Actually, you know what? Okay, he'll go up as parallel as possible. And he's gonna try and act like a flying fish in the air, touching the ceiling of the cave. Or I guess a snake. A snake might be better for him. So he'll fly up, make himself parallel out, put his like arms and legs to his side, and he'll act like he's slithering along the cave. But he'll be where's the ping? He'll be moving along the ceiling like with the curvature of the wall.
Okay. Again, either animal handling or performance. Wild. And then to answer the question about Talrig, he and the other knight had flown off to go and let the others know that you guys had defeated the Manticore.
Right.
If you want using that inspiration, we can take that 15 instead.
My bad. Actually, we can. I'll just roll at the 10 because I hadn't. Because the what's it called? It's fine. We can roll at the 10 because I don't want to be like, oh, then I'll take the 15 then. Seeing obviously I got less.
Okay, give me just what the hell? Oh my god, fucking chaos tonight. Okay. So you have flown up and are essentially trying to mechanically slither your way over to the right side.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like Godry hasn't ever seen like a snake. Like you've probably like heard about them. Or if you have seen them in passing, it was like really, really brief during your travels as you were being pulled to the others. So I imagine you like trying to be like smooth and like really snake-like in your movements, but it's more rigid, more
Oh yeah, janky as hell.
yeah, like you're trying to do the vertical robots, and the manticore. Oh, you can't see them on the map. Why are they invisible? Hold on, they should not be.
Nay.
I'm a snake. I'm a
Okay, that was gonna be in
slippery
my head for a
snake.
while.
Nay.
I was thinking it, yes. So you watch as you do this. The pups or cubs skitter even further behind their mother as she goes into a standing, almost like a pounce ready stance. And not only do you see that her eyes are locked on you, laser focused, but she begins to turn her body facing the direction that you are moving. I am taking into consideration the stealth checks that you guys had rolled last time. Jen, I know you had asked that earlier. So you guys have done pretty decently on those, thankfully. So as you're like roboting, there's not any like super sudden movements. But you get the feeling that one wrong move is all it will take for her to pounce. And that growl continues to emanate from her throat. It's not picking up. Thank you. I'll move your token. Real quick, what are the rest of you outside of the cave doing?
I think Awen's just kind of pacing nervously.
Rick will see Jin leaving the cave and will kind of give him a. I thought you two had a plan.
The plan was compromised. I am not going to risk harming the creature, causing it a unwanted death.
Wait, so Godry's in there alone?
I told him to follow. I told him that what he was doing was not the right thing, but I cannot stop him.
What is he doing?
Attempting to take the gold that is in there. The treasure, at least.
And oh God.
So, I told him the risk. I told him everything. But I am not going to force him. There may be a chance the creature becomes hostile, so be wary.
Right.
Well, luckily,
Go ahead. No, that was it. That was all her.
I was just Rick would just say, "Well, luckily, I'll know if anything bad starts to happen, and we can rush in if needed."
Indeed. We can only hope for the best.
Was it explained that there are babies in there?
Yeah.
He didn't.
Rick
He didn't. Oh, sorry. No, go for it.
Rick had told you guys when he came out that there is a mama and babies.
Okay. So Jay has moved over to be posted where he is. facing outwards, he'll say, "Is she hostile or is she protecting her babies?"
Can you hear them?
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking.
I just wasn't sure if Rick was going to respond or not.
Rick would say, I'm not quite sure. I didn't get as good of a look as you did, Jin. What exactly did you see?
I saw a mother and her children. Manticores, mind you. There was treasure on the sides of the cave, but the mother was greatly wounded. The children were huddled around the mother. Now I know that we slayed what I can assume is father, but I will not go and slay a beast that still has promise for life, if it means no harm, as well as only if it is truly suffering while I deliver a mercy killing.
Well, what do we think the Feather Girl Knights are going to do when we get here?
They're gonna kill them. We
Not if they-
shouldn't let them know they're in there.
Exactly.
Presumably they're on their way now, so we better have a story for where Godry is.
We can only hope that they believe our story.
What we rolling?
Oh no, there we go. The dice wouldn't fucking touch the floor.
The floor is lava.
Godry, as you are careful and calculated in your movements, lowering yourself to the intended location to retrieve what is here, you are able to collect it. But there is not a loud, but a loud enough shaking of the chest, and you see a flash of movement out of the corner of your eye as the Mother Manticore arches up and lets out a huge roar. As she roars and the cubs begin to cower behind her and begin to cry, you feel the reverberations in this enclosed space of this deafening roar. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ugh.
Ooh.
I would like to react to that after they do their roll.
Absolutely.
Also, by the way, he gets a +1 to that roll.
Beautiful. So the rest of you here, as you guys are having this conversation, you hear a loud, angry kind of echo out from the cave. Ooh.
That's not a good sign.
There goes that fun.
I'm gonna start going in, but I'm gonna look back to the group. So while you guys are having that conversation, Cat was kind of just off to the side, closing his eyes and had his hands kind of cusped in front of him. I'm gonna start walking in, not running, but kind of quick walking in, and turn to the group and just put a hand up and just give me like 10 seconds before anyone else goes in. I want to see if I can try something.
Okay. Do you need any healing before you go in?
No, I'm good, and I'll keep walking. I want to, as I'm walking in, I know I can't see anything. I'm very aware of that, so I'm not going too far in, just far enough in like maybe about like 15 feet in, and I want to, while still holding the stone, I'm not drawing my weapon yet, I want to use the gust cantrip, which I can use to make harmless sensory effects around me, and I want to try to do like essentially a warm breeze coming around me and through as far as I can get the cantrip to expand, and just try to come in non-threatening with that.
Couple of questions.
Yes.
Well, I guess really just one. Are you walking in or running in?
Yeah, I don't want to run because I want to be non-threatening. I'm kind of just trying to walk at a fast pace, but not running, if that makes sense. So definitely not full speed, but not tiptoeing in either.
A good speed walk.
Go ahead and give me a dex save as well, please, Contagious.
Yep.
At the risk, I might shit my pants.
Yeah.
Not the worst.
Needs it. As you pull out your stone and you prepare to emanate this warm, comforting breeze through the cave, you feel the reverberations as this roar echoes out, and are able to jump out of the way just in time as the front section of the cave begins to collapse in.
Oh god. Oops.
Mommy.
Put this on here really quick. I don't know if there's a token for this. Godry, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Do we notice the front of the cave collapsing?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And your
Okay.
damage would actually be halved, as Rick
Yep.
takes half of that.
Oh yeah.
So he has resistance to all damage. So that's
Quartered?
what? That's 7 for him.
Okay.
7 for him and 3 for me. 7 for him and 4 for me. 8 for him and 4 for me.
You're throwing a lot of numbers and it's confusing me. Give me just a second. So that's not what I want. Yeah, that just fucking fucked me all up. So he has resistance to all damage, correct?
All
so
damage,
the
correct.
15 would be halved, which would be 7. So he would take
I'll take the 8 portion of that.
well, if your damage
No.
is already halved because you are resistant, warding bond makes him resistant to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, because me or Rick will take the 8. So if anything, just to make it easy, I can just take the 8 of it, just to, because it still have no matter what. It's just the odd part.
Oh, I take the same amount. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. So
okay.
yeah,
so
7
yeah,
and
so
7.
you guys will both
My
take
bad.
the 7.
Okay.
Yeah, that fucked me all up.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. But
No,
yes.
I'm an idiot.
No, you're
And then
fine.
I have to make a con save as well.
to maintain
So,
concentration.
Maintain.
You are
as
focused.
soon
Mhm.
the moment that Awen sees the opening of the cave tunnel collapsing, she's going to rush forward to like the center of wherever it is collapsing, and she's going to use her shard and cast Mold Earth. And with that, she will keep, it's a 5 foot. Where the fuck is it? I just had it open. Too many tabs. Hello?
5 by 5 square, right? 5 by 5 cube.
That sounds right.
I think it's
5
a
by-
5 of a cube.
Where the fuck? Oh, there it is. A 5 foot cube. And you know, one of the options is if you target an area of loose earth, you can instantly excavate it, and deposit it 5 feet away. If I'm able to, I want to use this to kind of like keep a pathway open so that maybe it like, when it falls, avoids that area to keep a 5-foot, entrance.
All right, beautiful.
So she just kind of runs up and kind of like, I don't know, she's never done earth shit before, but she kind of just like puts her limbs out and is like, you're confused because you see Awen running towards falling rocks, and then they don't hit her.
For clarification, which way would I have fallen? Would I have fallen further into the cave when I dodged that?
That's up to you. Which way do you want to jump?
I probably would have jumped forward.
Forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she'll also knowing what's going on, but also trying to be heard, at least by her friends. If this thing is caving in, you need to come out now.
What we are going to do here is I'm going to have you guys roll initiative to just go in turn-based order. Just to go in turn-based order. I'm not guaranteeing that there's going to be combat. I'm not guaranteeing there's not. But this way, it's fluid and structured rather than
that
us
makes
all
sense.
just throwing shit into. Solid call on the.
That's why it's called an
Black Shark.
encounter, not just combat.
Yes.
Am I also rolling initiative?
Everybody.
Okay.
Dude, what is happening tonight?
I don't know, but
Rolling
that nat 20 on
20s.
that con save is great too. Oh, and you had another nat 20? Fuck yeah. Okay, so go ahead. Let me retry this map so you can see it.
Rearrange all my tabs again.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Contagious,
As
you
long-
are up first. As you jump forward, just out
Never
of the way,
happens.
just in the nick of time of this
'Cause I'm back into my
collapsing
madness.
entrance to the cave, you see Gaudry. I kind of imagine you're still like kind of hovering, and you've just got this chest.
Just,
Yeah,
I
like
was like, does Gaudry have like lights on him? Anything lit up on Gaudry? Otherwise, I probably don't see him.
Your brother can't even see.
Yeah,
I would say from the sort of white static of his optic and then the little flashlights that he warned everyone with and the holograms coming out of, there's like little, you would definitely, if it's pitch black, you would see like him.
like, even if it's like
definitely in the
one or
corner.
two LEDs on you or something, at least giving
Oh,
me an
yeah,
idea.
Yeah, you'd see him.
and then in the corner over here, you see a large set of glowing eyes, and 3 little tiny sets of eyes kind of peering out behind it.
Oh.
I want to make it just known if I'm looking in that direction, I am attempting to look slightly downwards and not lock eyes with it, to not try to be aggressive. But I'll kind of whisper shout into Gaudry's direction in Orin. We don't want this to be a fight. Let's get going. And I am also just going to use my action to continue the gust effect. Trying to just generally coat the area with a warm breeze.
Okay. Go ahead and give me, because you're doing this to calm them, essentially, correct?
It's the attempt. Contagious has no idea if that's even possible, but it's the only thing he can think of, so yeah.
Okay, I'll allow an animal handling.
In my head, I'm just hearing, "Don't be aggressive. Don't be aggressive. Don't be aggressive. Don't be." Okay.
Is it sad that I got really excited when I looked at animal handling and saw a +0 instead of a -1?
Mhm.
Like a lot of my other skills.
Nice. All right. With a 15, you hear the low growling continue. As you've jumped in, you can't see this, but the mother's kind of taken on that ready to pounce stance again. I feel like at this point, she kind of steps over this way. Well, it's not her turn, but that's what she's going to do, is she begins moving. So you hear movement. You see the moving of those yellow orbs tracing over that way. But the growl becomes slightly less aggressive as you continue to gust this cave.
And it's not like extremely quick, violent movement. It's more just like a shuffling, starting to shuffle in that direction, kind of, is what I'm hearing.
It sounds deliberate,
Okay.
but not quick.
Okay, cool. That's all I need to know. And
Godfrey-
that's all I'm doing is waiting for Gaudry to get to where I am at this point.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of there.
Godfrey, I'm going to shoot you a message real quick.
Indeed.
At first, when Denali said that the chest starts to shake, I was like, ain't no way she's giving us a mimic.
That would have been great. Can you imagine what's better than 5 manticores? 5 manticores and a mimic.
I imagine a mimic walk into a bar.
Oh my god.
We just want to fucking sleep, man.
Matt
Let me
on my stream
just
said that
says the
Contagious is
one
crop
person.
dusting the cave, which is pretty funny because of his fart cloud.
Oh god.
Okay, that brings us to Jakos. Hippogriff is not there yet. They will be coming in a couple of rounds with Jen and Awen on deck.
Oh, fuck me. He's got nothing. There's nothing he can do in this moment.
Do you help clear stone or earth or anything? Or do you just watch and think about what a bunch of idiots your friends are?
It just
I love Jakos so fucking much.
hey, you put. He's tired. Okay.
Oh.
Step back.
All right, Jen and then Awen.
It's okay. Oh, it's okay.
Oh, I thought you said Jin and Awen. Is
No,
that what you
Jen and
said?
then Jen and then.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All good.
You guys go together. Figure it out.
Is
Yeah,
there
there
an
we go.
action for I told you so for Jin to take?
Jin knew the consequences. He's going
Yeah.
to. He won't be in the way, but he'll stand to he'll stand to the side and wait for everyone to come out. Hopefully, we will see. He doesn't really have anything that can help, unfortunately.
Okay.
Valid.
Awen. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this little thing here, and basically that square here is the area in which it's caved in, and it should actually be just to be able to get him out. I guess I gotta erase. Hold on. Nope. So with each round, you will be able to move 1 square of that.
Okay. Yeah, she will. Let me see where it's at. So, did she just remove this square or did she just remove this square?
Let me delete this really quick. Your choice.
Well, before.
Yeah. So you had already
We had
done
rolled
1.
initiative.
Yeah.
So she'd be here now. She's gonna use her action to keep digging away.
Are you trying to be quiet about this, or are you just trying to get your friends the fuck out?
Quiet is on her mind. It is not her priority. So obviously moving rocks is loud. She is not balls to the walls, you know. Earthbending, yeah. But if she had to choose between efficiency and being quiet, she's choosing efficiency.
Okay. That will definitely come into play. I'm going to roll this for the animal handling since that is taking place. Okay. As you hear this digging coming from the other side, and you see the eyes of Mama Manticore dart over in the direction as that growl begins to pick up once more.
Fuck.
The hippogriff is not there. Let me do that. Godry, it is your turn.
All right. I was trying to figure out some way to measure it, but how far is Contagious from me? In case I need to dash or
Probably
something.
like 10 to 15. Let me see. Uh, 20 feet.
20.
Oh,
Which,
I
how
feel
do you
like
how do you do the ruler? Just so I know.
I'm sure there's a ruler on here. I'm not sure what it is, but if you target him, it'll show you the distance.
Oh, like if I click him in the tracker?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. It's fine. I just know what's called. I'll be able to. And this is all blocked off currently, right?
Correct.
All right. So
Yeah.
I have the whole chest up with both hands.
Mhm.
Okay. So I shall, because I'm still flying. Ooh, that is not what I wanted. Stop that shit. Oh, I'm still in ping mode. Duh. Okay. I'll move over and sort of like over Contagious. What's it called? I'll come down and I'll put the chest to the left of me, and I'll like I'll stick my arms out to make a wall, like kind of eyeing the Manticore, but clearly, because is Contagious still laying down on the ground, or did he get up?
Oh, he's not prone. He kind of like jumped in out of the way.
Okay. So I'm facing off with the Manticore, sort of blocking Contagious, and I sort of just turn over, and he sees my blinking optic. The mother is weakened. I don't want this to escalate, but if it shall, I will favor your life over hers. In respect, if you have any similar standing to Jin's, I'm sorry, but if your life comes into risk, I will not listen. I will handle it as fit. And then I'll turn my head back around and I'll ready the action to cast Inflict Wounds if she tries to come into combat with me or Contagious.
Beautiful. So as you move and lower yourself down and begin speaking in your robotic voice, the Manticore, who had been moving over this way, seeing your position, stops and goes back in front of her pups. And there's another loud roar that kind of shakes the whole cave around you. And this one sounds different. You know that this is no longer a warning, as she shoots forth a tail spike for the first part of her multi-attack, which misses. The tail quickly comes back once more and flings forward two more back to back. With a 24, you hear a metallic ting as you take the 2 points of piercing damage to you, 2 piercing damage to Rick. Rick, go ahead and give me your con save. You feel a sharp pain in your chest that is almost hot to the touch. Yeah, the attack was a 24.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it's on him or not.
Okay. Yeah, it is. I didn't mean to sound bitchy. Did that sound bitchy?
No, I'm
Okay.
looking at Godry's thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I see effects AC2. I'm not seeing the additional AC. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
let me
because the
go-
spell came from the ring, and I don't actually have the
Yes.
spell, so I couldn't target him to cast it. So.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so that is modified, and then the last attack is another near miss. You feel, as much as you can with your alloy form, like a graze and a slight rush of air as it just flies right past your cheek. And you watch as her wings unfurl once more, and she takes another pouncing position. You hear the cups whimper and kind of start to howl lightly behind her.
Do they have squeaky toys as well?
Yeah. And how,
Yes.
how much damage did Godry take from the first one?
You both took 2.
2.
It was 4 total.
Oh, 2? Okay, so I'm at 9 then.
Mhm.
And then I have to do another con save.
Mhm.
Wait, would I be at 29 then? Because I took 7 before, so I was at 27, and now I'm at 31.
Oh, you know what? It applied because it didn't apply the warding bond. Yes.
Okay.
Fix that. Thank you. And that ends her turn. You're killing it with the con saves. Did you want your readied action?
Uh,
Oh, it's a touch
No.
spell, isn't it?
yeah,
Okay,
Mhm.
so you're waiting for her to come into melee range.
yeah, but no, I'm like, oh yeah, they can attack from afar.
Yeah, and that growl continues. Rick, it is your turn.
And the X's on the one map are the things that Awen got rid of? What are the X's?
Correct. Yeah,
Again?
that's the
Okay.
earth that she is moving.
And that whole box then, so it's from floor to ceiling, all debris.
Yes. Oh, I didn't take that into consideration. Because it's 15 feet up.
What do you mean?
So because you can do 5 cubic feet, it's caved in, it's filled in top to bottom. So when you're moving squares, I did not take that into consideration. Thank you, Rick. It's actually going to be layered up, so it would be stacks of 2 in each square.
I should have just shut up, everyone.
Well, no.
No,
Can
no,
you explain it again? I'm just not following.
So we're looking at this 2D and not taking into consideration or remembering that for the characters and action economy, this is actually a 3D world. So you have, I'll say that it's 10 feet up in the mouth. So if you're doing 5 cubic feet at a time.
Oh, you mean because it's gonna like fall?
yeah, because it's
because
loose,
it's folded,
crumbling
it's collapsed
earth.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
so,
gravel in Minecraft.
Yeah,
Okay.
so technically, the last turn would have been able to put you here, so that this turn you can do the first square here.
That's good.
Woo,
Okay.
longer timer.
Okay, so
Yay!
you're okay. So basically, the 2 X's are 5 feet up, and then everything beyond that. So we can't see them at all.
Correct.
Is what you're saying.
Correct, it's caved in. Yeah, no, I completely didn't even think about the 3D factor. Thank you.
Ah, darn gravity.
I was about to ask something about that because I was thinking, I'm like, would it cave in further as you're doing that because it's not solid rock?
Gravity.
No, so like the top
Gosh
of it
darn it.
is more solid rock than earth. Inside is a combination of stone and earth that's been
Yeah.
carved away, worn out.
But specifically, the stuff
Okay.
that Awen's working on is loose and falling, and
Correct, yeah. So
Yeah.
she would have to do like 5 feet up and then 5 feet down and then move in and then 5 feet up, 5 feet down.
What if I put a torch immediately down when I remove the gravel? It's a
stop.
Minecraft joke.
Get your
Then
mind
you have light.
bullshit out of here.
Then you have light
Because
and
that'll-
dirt.
And you have to.
Okay.
I don't Minecraft, sorry.
It's okay. I knew the others would get it.
That's what matters.
This is a DM question. If I cast Shatter on this debris, would that do anything? Like, could I break it up? Or would you just say, well, yeah, it breaks it up, but more falls on top?
I mean, it would kind of loosen it, but it wouldn't move anything. It's not a moving spell. It would literally quake things and shake it. If anything, then what might happen is the sides where she's basically tunneling in might collapse in. Does that make sense? Don't hate me.
Gotta grab Thunderwave.
Even Thunderwave wouldn't be great here. The problem with those kind of spells is
out.
it does, but it's limited in its power if these are bigger rocks, and B, yeah, you are just shooting shrapnel in directions, and that can be risque.
Well, fine then. I'm just gonna I'm gonna action dash and run 50 feet away, breaking warding bond. And sorry guys, you're trapped.
I believe you can also
20,
just let go
25,
of warding
30,
bond.
You can just drop a spell.
No. You just.
You can
No,
100%.
it's not
just drop a spell.
concentration. It's not concentration.
That doesn't matter. You can just drop if you are the beneficiary and the caster of the spell. You can just consciously drop a spell.
Denali, what's your
Because it's a concentration spell, you can drop concentration at
It's
any
not a
time.
concentration spell. That's
Oh, I
what
thought it
I'm
was.
saying. If it was, then I could in my head, yes, I can drop it, but it's not. It just happened. For an hour, I'm warded with this guy.
Let me double
And
check
the only time it
verbiage.
goes away is if I go out of, if the person I cast it on goes down to 0 hit points, if I die, or if I move 60 feet away.
It does say that you can dismiss it as an action.
Does it?
Yep.
Oh, what the frick? Okay. My bad. Then, okay, I'll dismiss it as an action, and I'll scream, "Good luck!" That's it.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round. Perception checks from everybody outside, please.
Dun dun dun.
So.
Nailed it.
What?
You're a little busy. It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, you're focused on saving your friends.
It's hard to hear things over like a mechanical drill. Holy shit! The double 20. What the?
What are the? I forget what the statistical odds of that happening are.
400 or something. It's stupidly high.
Jacobs, you're the fucking goat. As you turn to watch Rick run, continuing to
It goes
contemplate.
here's the sweat dripping.
Oh, I didn't run, by the way. I just.
Oh, you just stayed? Okay.
I just stayed right where I was and dropped it.
Okay, just kidding. My apologies. Sorry, there's so much in my mind. I'm trying to keep up with everything, and I missed that. You see off in the distance that some of the Feathergale Knights are returning. There are 8 of them in total. Quickly approaching. That brings us to Contagious with Jacos on deck.
Okay, I am going to
Yeah, I just looked it up.
walk to the side of Gaudry and look at him and just kind of like, still not raising my voice, but a little bit more aggressive. Just be like, Gaudry, turn around, focus on getting the cave-in done. Just do not make any aggressive moves. Go, and try to like push him towards where the cave-in is. And then I am going to wait 1 second, I need to check one thing. And I want to step just a little bit in front of Gaudry, regardless of if he listens to me or not, and keeping my arms kind of low, just trying to like look non-aggressive while like trying to like not stare it down. I guess try to, you know, in some way try to get it to back down, and trying to hopefully moving Gaudry, who seems to be the ire of its thing right now, out of the way. Try to, I don't know, corral it to not attack us again.
Okay. You can give me another animal handling. The DC is higher because it's
Right.
already been set off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making you roll at disadvantage. The first time I forgot you don't have dark vision. I thought you had goggles of night, but I forgot that Rick did not give them over. You had asked them.
No.
You said no. And so I forgot you couldn't see. But because that first check went so well, I am not going to make you roll at disadvantage.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going off of Gaudry's lights, the glare from its eyes, and noises at this point. I'll take it.
Okay.
It's not bad. I'm not really gonna get much better than that. Move myself into that position too.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but in the Fantasy Ground chats earlier, I put bugs because I thought the two piles of gold are little bugs, little yellow
Bugs.
bugs.
They look like eggs.
What are the gold? Sorry,
I
this is
thought they
off
were
topic. never mind.
crabs.
Or the golden buns?
Yeah, from Delicious in Dungeons.
Oh, I don't know.
I
Oh,
mean, they
also
kinda do look
just
like-
one other note, because Contagious doesn't know if this is helpful or not, but he's just trying to pull anything out of his ass. Everything he's saying right now, because it is Gaudry, is in Orin. He's pretty sure that does not mean anything to the Hippogriff, but it has a higher chance of meaning, or to the Manicore, but it has a higher chance of meaning something than Common would.
Guys, look.
Oh,
He's asleep.
Oh my god, I fucking love him. He's so itty bitty.
He's so tiny.
Sorry,
So
player
funny.
message. Okay. That brings us to Jakos with Jen and then Awen on deck.
What did I hear from that nat 20?
You see and hear that there are 8 Feathergale Knights, probably about 250, 300 feet out, flying in quickly. Mechanically, they're dash actioning to get to you guys. And I'll say that you see that Thurl is up the front.
Well, thank you. They do, in fact, know what the spell is. What does the spell fucking do, dear D&D?
Say that again?
They're talking to themselves.
I'm talking to Fantasy Grounds. It's like, you can use this spell. Okay. What does the spell do?
No, only do.
Do then find out.
Yes.
Ooh, what's this button do?
I don't have anything.
Do you let the others know that the Feathergale are returning?
Yeah, sure. Hey, we might be fucked in a minute or two. Hurry the fuck up.
Oh, you don't say why. Just okay.
Wow, Jacobs really needs to learn how to communicate with the team. I'm so sorry. I couldn't help myself. Please don't kill me.
Clip.
I'm sorry, all of our faces.
I knew well before I started speaking that I should not have done it, but I could not stop.
Hashtag
I
full
thought this
sends.
picture.
Jin with Awen on deck.
Are you gonna have to run?
Did
Yeah.
we lose Jen?
He was saying he might have to go to the emergency room,
Oh God. Hold on.
or maybe not room, but emergency.
Urgent care.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh,
Okay.
that's not the emoji I want. I was trying to hit the cry one, and I almost hit the laugh. That's not what I wanted.
I'm just
Hold
kidding.
on.
Let's see.
For now, while we're waiting to hear back, we will go ahead and go down to Awen.
Awen will continue doing her do. And dig again. So now I make it to this X.
Yes, and then you've got one
Okay.
more under.
Okay. That's pretty much it.
Okay, let me see. I got a message from Jen.
Hold on, I have just the gift for this. Fire bomb! Yeah. Come on.
Okay. Right, see. So that brings us down to Godry with Mama on deck.
All right. I will. Come on, move. Don't be like that, girl. Don't be like that. I'm thinking many great things. I'm thinking many big things. Oh, did you have a ruling if you hold an action to cast a spell, the spell still goes off?
It still takes a spell slot, yes.
So I don't have a spell slot. Would it still take it, or the thing that I can use to cast it?
Let me see, because we're looking at your shard.
No, the my feet
Oh, let me double check that.
for magic initiate. I don't know if it still works the same. That's why I'm like, question mark.
I
Yeah,
would say
what would you
yes,
say?
just because when we've
Okay.
had people ready spells before, even if it doesn't go off, that reserve is still consumed.
Okay, no, that's cool. I will, and this is up to you. But it was stated what, one more turn and they'll be in, right?
So they have
two
and
more.
You guys don't know.
Two more.
So looking at this map, you've got
So yeah, me and
both of
Gaudry
those
have no
failed.
idea.
Two more. Yeah, but you have no idea.
Yeah, just like above table. You did say we had heard a sort of grinding noise
Yeah.
from before.
Yeah, you hear movement
Does it
of
sound
earth
louder?
and stuff. A little, yeah. As you get closer to it, yeah.
Okay. Before I try to start digging, looking at the chest, is it just gold or does it look like there might be items or something inside that could be helpful?
What's your passive?
Like a shovel? A
There
shovel or
is
pickaxe?
no shovel. Let me see what's in here. I don't think there's anything that would be good for digging. Let me double check. And I'm just going off of your passive as you're taking a look at it. That would not. No. I'm gonna shoot you a message.
Oh.
I like the idea of just a break glass in case of emergency and there's just a shovel in it. It's like, wow, that's convenient.
Whoever died out here was thinking.
It's like weird that they did this instead of just digging themselves up.
Deus Ex Machina shovel.
What did Cass say?
Deus Ex Machina
Oh
shovel.
shit. I did before, what's it called? I wasn't like opening or nothing, just sort of glancing over because I've been envisioning like it's open.
Okay.
So if it's closed and I'm not touching it like just yet.
Oh, this is gonna be so fun. Okay.
Load.
I hate when you say it.
I
like
mean,
that.
if I can, I'll open it. But can this be can I get an inspo to save? You know, I'll still do the fun, but can we
No.
like?
Honestly, this will not hurt you. I promise you. It'll all make
Wait,
sense. I told him to
Guys
make
are
a
not-
con save as he. I messaged him behind the scenes and asked him to make a con save as he opened to see if there was anything that could help dig. Oh, beauty.
Well, shit.
Oh, fuck
Well.
yeah.
My curiosity was piqued. It was piqued. Fuck! Pandora's box.
There is, and this lasts just a split second. As you open it, there's a burst of static energy that erupts in your optic lenses. And you feel, like you don't hear it, but you feel this static white noise just reverberate in your head, almost deafeningly. And as that happens, you feel something almost innate. You feel this primal drive for blood for just a split second. And in that split second, as you open the chest long enough to see what's in there and close it shut to focus on this task at hand, it stops.
Well, now I want to see the goodies. But no, I will. What's it called? Sort of shift my focus. What I'm thinking. Okay. Totally. I'm really. My request is about to really bend. Kind of cool DM legionnaire, but could I
No.
basically like?
That's
Uh,
exactly how you need to respond to
Hearing the bullshittery already. Could I use my action I'll focus on digging whatever, but could I feel like that would be a no. I'm trying to essentially get the idea out that if it looks like the Manicore is gonna hit Contagious, that I would kind of reactionary, either try and get in front of him or grab him, rage, and basically shield the damage.
So that is a whole lot, and the short version is no. If you want to rage right now, you can absolutely rage and have that prepared. If the attack takes place, I will have you roll a dexterity check, just straight dexterity, to see if you can get there fast enough to block it, based off of your passive perception. Because you can either focus on digging or you can focus on Contagious's well-being, or half-ass both. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally fair. That's what I was sort of wondering.
Okay. I'd allow you to do that with your reaction.
Gotcha. No, I will. Let's see. I'll sort of. I mean, I guess we'll see if Contagious is the prime specimen Godry's suspecting, and he will, like, every now and again, he'll sort of look over his shoulder, but he'll, I guess, focus on digging where he hears the sounds emanating from.
Okay. That brings us to Rick. Oh, no, it's the Manticore. So let me go back up to your animal handling. 18. Beautiful. The Manticore, seeing that, let me see. Lowers itself. And neither of you see this, so I'm not telling you what is happening. And in fact, I am going to make the token invisible until one of you can see it.
Huh?
See what? Wait, what?
See what? She just said we can't see it. Why would she tell you see what?
Hold on, I zoned out.
So since I'm focusing on digging,
Something happened in response to my animal handling check, but I'm blind and Godry's looking the other way, so no one knows what's happening. But I not hit by something.
That's always good. Hi, Tuna.
That
Can I help you,
brings
ma'am?
us To Rick. Above the table, just so you guys know, it has readied something. It's prepared. So I don't want there to be a trigger. I'm not going to say what it is or what the plan is. But if and when it happens, it's not just me being like, fuck you guys.
well, fuck.
I got nothing. Pass.
Top of the round with Contagious.
Untap, upkeep, draw. No, sorry.
I cast Cyclonic Rift Overload.
I'm just gonna keep up the gust. That's all I got until something happens. And I'm not readying anything specific, so.
That brings us to Jacobs. And you see that the, I almost said sailors, the Feathergale Knights are drawing near. You hear the just flapping of the wings and like the ah or whatever sound hippogriffs make.
Hear this purr?
I do. Nope. They're getting closer.
Jen is not going to do anything. Awen, you are continuing to dig.
Yep.
Oh, let me move you back. Because you got one more square there.
Oh yeah.
Godry. You see the top section of Earth quickly being moved away. Awen, with where you're at, as you move that top section of 5x5 cube, you see the inside of the cave. You can't see into it, but you can see that you've made your way through.
Above table. Oh wait, never mind.
Hmm.
Oh wait, it is my turn. Above table, do I see an opening coming through or no?
You do.
I do. How big is the opening?
5x5.
5 feet.
5x5.
Yeah, it's a 5
Uh,
5 foot cube.
I'll turn my head over to Contagious and like around to see what's going on. But like body forward. Body forward.
I absolutely hate that.
Wait, say that again?
The same trademark Contagious loves where Gaji's body is forward but his head spins around.
Oh god.
When I finally do sleep, I'm gonna have nightmares about Gaudry.
Contagious is gonna see someone in the window, tap their shoulder, and the head's just gonna. But what do I see with Contagious and the Manticore?
Oh, yeah, I forgot you can't see. You see that the Manticore is right here and looks to be ready. And as the earth kind of breaks away from the opening, you watch her eyes dart over there as she begins to growl once more and lowers her front, looking like she's ready to pounce.
Nothing to see here. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I'm just digging. Ain't got nothing to worry about here.
For held actions,
Yeah.
can we only do them like to attack or something, or could we do like a kind of I move 10 foot, max 5 foot? Like, what's your ruling on that?
So usually we just the standard you ready in action, which is just one section of the action economy. I have tables where you can essentially like hold your turn. If that's something that you guys want to explore here, we can.
I'm not a big fan of that. That's just me
I
personally.
don't particularly love it, but
No.
Yeah, no, I won't.
But you
do
could
it
like,
then.
I think we've done this before, Denali. You could like hold a dash essentially.
yeah.
Like I run in response to this, but that's all you would get
Yeah.
is your movement.
Because dash is an action.
Yeah. Okay, so no, yeah, because I'm trying to imagine like I'm trying, but no, okay, I'll roll with that. I'll say, Contagious. It seems a light opening is coming. Walk backwards, very carefully. She seems to be moving forward, but an opening is coming too. I will react if needed, but calmly move backwards and turn around. You should see the sunlight bleeding through.
Do I get a quick second to reply to that
Yeah.
on his turn? Okay.
Yep.
If it's a bit, okay, awesome, get the fuck out. And I'm still kind of holding my position between the two of them, as far as I know.
Yeah.
You hear a soft whir, which is like his head shaking, and he's like, so, and you hear, even if I wanted to, one, I cannot leave you behind as a sub-directive given by Rick, but also, and there's a long pause, I'm too big.
Keep
That's
fucking
what he
digging. That's all I got.
He'll,
You're getting fat.
Me too.
seeing it moving in, and that it's almost like ready for like people to start going through, Gaudry is okay, this is kind of funny. I'm gonna move up. If I move up 10 feet, because I was thinking about this in the Manticore fight, if I move up 10 feet above Contagious, do you think I could still reach him with my arm?
If you're 10 feet up,
Yeah.
no, because you'd be out
I
of
don't
the
know.
5 foot
Okay.
range.
Yeah, my brain just thinks of it weird.
Yeah.
I'll sort of float up 5 feet, and I'm gonna
I stopped petting you.
ready in action
Oh.
for if it pounces, I'm gonna throw a spear into its face.
How many spheres do you have?
I have 2, if I'm correct. Let me
Okay.
check my
Because you
inventory.
threw one last session and you never went and picked it back up.
So I threw a javelin.
Oh,
I have
okay.
4.
4 javelins per spear.
Well, 3 javelins now. And then I actually have, looking at my inventory, I have 1 spear. The action has 2 for some reason, but I have 1 spear.
Oh, so with the action, there's the melee attack, like if you were to like thrust it at somebody, and then the other is a ranged thrown attack. You'll see like
Oh,
there's
the
like the
bomb.
dagger and then the bomb. Yeah.
Okay, that's what that was. Okay. So yeah, I have 1 spear and then the 3 javelins. But yeah, I'll ready my action to, if need be, because if it pounces, yeah, that might be too much. All right, I'll just ready my action to, if it pounces at Contagious, to fling a spear into its face.
Okay. That brings us to Manticore. So, as the earth starts to break and the noise of movement on the other side begins to come through the now open top section, and you kind of start to raise up again, you watch as this creature does pounce towards Contagious. And go ahead and make your attack.
This one? There we go.
Though it is hurt and badly injured, nothing can stop a mother from protecting her young. And she is quick and spry, and lunges so quickly that it throws off your aim. Contagious. You hear a
This-
swift movement. Go ahead.
No, nothing. Sorry. Keep going. I just said that me.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength save, please.
Strength save.
It's not a tree. You got this.
Quick question, just so I know. Is this in response to being hit, or is this the attack?
It's in response to being hit, because you can't see it.
So it beat my AC, correct?
Correct.
How much?
Rolled a 19.
Shield.
Beautiful. Doopa-doopa-doo. Let me go back and take that damage off of you. Doopa-doopa-doo. That puts us down here. Solid move. And then your strength save, please.
Oh, I still have to make the strength save?
Oh wait, no, you're right. Sorry, my brain. Sorry, there's a lot going
was
on
like,
in my
oh my
mind right
goodness.
now. Just
You're
kidding.
fine, you're fine.
Just kidding. But you feel this large force collide with you, but reacting quickly, you remain on your feet, and there is the first attack, the second attack, a 22. You
Still misses.
A 22 still misses. Oh my god.
I get the +5 until the beginning of my next turn.
Right. Oh, and you're at an 18 normally, so it puts you at 23. That's
Correct.
Right. I don't know why I was thinking it was 17 and then I'm blaming the meds.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Godry, you watch as this creature makes a third attack at Contagious. 24.
That will hit. And just for flavor purposes, normally the shield is kind of just like a small circle direct, like in all directions around me. But this one being blind and knowing the general direction, it's more of like a wall that he kind of put up in front of him to try to just, because he doesn't know exactly where it's coming from, so he's just doing more of a broad wall in front of him.
I like that a lot. So, Godry, you see as this creature pounces at Contagious, and he quickly reacts and puts up this force in front of him. And you watch as the creature goes to swipe at him again, and then kind of maneuvers slightly and kind of gives a wider swing that comes around just the side of the force. As Contagious, you do take 11 points of slashing damage. You feel the weight of this creature and the hot, acrid breath, as you know that it is directly in front of you. Awen, I feel like you would hear like these sounds of like claws on, I'm just gonna say on metal, as it like has this attacks ricochet off of the shield force, and the growling of the beast within.
She's like, oh no, I have 2 metal friends.
Anything for you, Rick?
Okay, so Rick is looking at the progress that Awen is making, and so knowing this, knowing that like we're all like next turn they should be able to get out, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So Rick, knowing that this is about to happen, knowing that Godry has taken damage because Rick has taken damage,
Yeah.
Rick will ready a level 2 healing word onto Godry whenever he comes into range.
Beautiful.
If he comes into range.
Absolutely. And what I'm going to do, Awen, I'm going to move you to the other map. So you can see. I just deleted everything, but this is where you will be once that last section is cleared. Is anybody else moving in and preparing anything?
No, but can I request we take a break?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh shit, it's already 11:19. Yeah, we'll take our break now.
Okie dokie.
Of course. with Contagious.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm not muted. So at this point, it's fairly enraged, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say a little bit, you know.
Shit.
Yeah. She just wants to cuddle, that's all it is.
I'm sure if you, like, asked her nicely, she'd stop, you know?
Yeah.
Might be past that. And so Contagious is not aware that they're almost back, but he was out there when Thrall was like, "Hey, we're gathering the rest of them and bringing him here."
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he
And I
knows they
believe
are
you were the
coming
one
back.
who had told him like there might be something else in that cave.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
Yes.
I can't believe Cass died. I say looking directly at them.
All right. Kind of like yelling at the Manticore. Cats just kind of yell out like, "Fuck! I didn't want to do this. I am gonna use my bonus action to it's within 5 feet of me, yeah, because it pounced.
Yeah, it's like essentially on top of you.
All right, I'm gonna use my bonus action to manifest Echo next to me within 5 feet of it.
Fartageous.
Wait a minute, one of the babies died?
No, he should still be on there.
There's 2 babies and a blood stain.
Oh.
That's just where Mama was bleeding out before we came in.
Oh, now there's one baby.
Oh my.
No, now the baby really did die.
Oh, the baby got big.
Metamorphosis!
Puberty!
Damn, that was fast.
Appalachia!
Yes.
Did I delete the wrong one?
It's okay, we can imagine
Oh.
you 3.
That's your echo token?
Yeah, it's a fart cloud.
I was
Yeah,
wondering
kinda-
what the fuck that was.
So yeah, we just the first time I used it, we kind of just needed something, and that's what popped up, and it got called Fartageous, and now here we are.
It is fartageous.
Yeah, it's
It's his
just
name!
Yeah, I was literally looking at it and I'm like, is that like a green wall of fire? What is that?
I think it's like gaseous form.
you guys really go all out and making sure that Contagious can never feel cool about the things he does.
Living cloud cool.
To be fair,
It's called a living cloud kill.
I do that to everyone.
Second.
Do not forget sepsis.
Let me see. All right, I will start with. I don't know. There we go. I'm gonna draw my long sword and swing.
All right.
20 to
That
hit.
is a hit.
Twelve damage.
There's a loud, pained scream almost that comes out of this beast as you plunge your sword into her side. All of you hear this loud roar. Once again, shakes the walls of the cave. When you watch as the earth in front of you that you are moving kind of quakes.
I don't have action economy for this, so this is more of just if he's able to pick up on it. at all while this is happening, but he is trying to look for any signs of it retreating. But if not, we're going to continue.
None that you can see.
Yeah. And I am going to use Unleash Incarnation to make a second attack from the Echo.
Nice. That is another hit.
24. 11.
11 points. Let me go down real quick. Okay. Another sharp howl essentially escapes this beast. It's almost human in the sounds, almost like a person screaming, mixed with like the bestial, like growling, guttural reverberations from the throat. And for flavor, because it had just attacked you, you feel the claws kind of dig deeper into your side, almost like a cat that's like needing bread, and you feel like the claws kind of retract, or if you like get that spot just right and it feels good and they kind of squeeze tighter, you feel that.
Indy's very familiar.
Yes.
I have many scratch marks on me. So it's still kicking, I assume, because it's
Yes.
yeah. Action surge. I'm gonna swing again. That's a nat 20.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Damn, 26.
But
So it'd be a second D8, right? Is what I'm adding to this?
Yeah, just roll the damage as normal because the program will automatically take that into account.
Got it.
And we are doing house rules here, so that is going to be 8 plus 4, which is 12 plus 6, so that is 18 points of damage. Beautiful. And you feel that, like, as it's retracting, you feel like the claws almost weaken as it retracts its paw.
Still up. I will use my second charge of Unleash Incarnation to make a fourth attack.
All we have to do is put him in a really bad situation and he just comes online.
Does what? I'm so sorry.
Comes online. That is a hit. You hear rugged labor breathing that mixes in with that growl. You feel the presence still very much in front of you, but the breathing is very, very labored.
Yeah, I just pumped everything I got into that, but we're kind of past this at this point.
Any movement for you?
No,
Didn't
I
think
can't risk
so.
that.
Didn't
Cannot
think
risk
so.
that.
Anything for you, Jacos?
Did you hear that? No.
I don't hear anything.
No.
Okay.
Jacobs isn't doing anything.
Jen's not doing anything. And when you were clearing that last bit of earth, breaking through
Lemon.
completely, and you see Contagious and his ethereal counterpart, his Echo, kind of dinged up a bit with another Manticore kissably close to them as Godry is standing there, I assume with like a chest under an arm and like handfuls of dirt, and you would see the 3 cowering cubs in the back.
so sorry.
Can Awen see how is this manticore looking?
Go ahead and give me medicine or nature,
Let's see.
or I'll even allow insight.
They're the same. We'll do a good old fuck.
Good old fuck.
You can tell that it's taken some damage and that it's bloodied, and I think you would see Contagious kind of withdrawing his sword and the Echo doing the same, coated in blood. But it's hard to really gauge as you burst through this opening and
Yeah.
see all of this.
she'll kind of burst through and be like, "Everyone out now!"
Godry.
All right. So I was gonna say, Gaudry, more so for what Awen would see like bursting in, is he's actually 5 foot up, thrusters, and he's rearing forward. He's gonna bonus action rage. I have to go to my thing. Where are you? Come here. Use up a. Thank you. And when he shifts, the sort of Molotov voice will return and say, "Evacuation imminent." And he's going to, because I can't do good grapple checks right now, he's actually going to fly forward at the Manticore and try to just straight up slam to it, try and push it back.
Wrong direction.
Would that
So
require
you're
a
trying
strength check?
to push it? Yes, it would. Contested strength.
Perfect. So it'll be flat then,
Mhm.
because I'm raging. And I'll say to Contagious, like regardless of what this result is, where is it? Oh, strength on the main page. Duh. Strength. Read. Roll still ass. But being like in it now, he'll say, "Open it. Fuck. Clearing is open. Retreat back. High priority target. Threat level. Recalculating. Contagious."
So as this happens, and Rick, go ahead and do that really quick.
Okay.
Wait,
I can't.
Go ahead, sorry.
I can't really target Gaudry because I'm not on the same map as him. So I'll just roll the heal.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
I'll
taking
do
his
this.
held action.
And then,
6, 8. So let
there you
me
go.
step down here. Beautiful. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Thank you.
And did you see my message? Okay. You good? Does that mean? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so Gaudry, as you change directives and you fly forward, wanting to push this beast back, though she is badly wounded, you can see the effort she's putting in to stay upright and stand her ground and not back down. She is surprisingly strong as you essentially hit a brick wall, and she does not move. But her focus does turn.
Question before I end. If, like, when I move out of range, opportunity attack takes up a reaction, right?
Correct.
Would the men no, can't phrase it like that. Are NPCs also able to choose to take that opportunity? Like to use it or not?
Yes.
I thought opportunity attacks were reactions.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
Yeah. So
Okay.
above table fully. So if I was to move kind of left, basically kind of towards the kids a bit and out of range, what are the chances that opportunity would be taken?
Okay, say that again. So if
Not
you were to go
zero.
towards her kids,
Basically, like I'll go above her and just like get out of basically, yeah, just like to, so I stop yapping, basically fly over her and like this to trigger her reaction, since I'd be taking her focus and going towards the kids. That way Contagious can just dip out and then I'll just fly over.
Brother,
Above the
I didn't
table.
need that.
there's only one way to find out.
Yep.
I'm doing it. Fuck it.
Run the wrong way! Wrong way!
Y'all gotta stop underestimating Contagious, man. I had every way out of this. There was no issue. You did not need to do all this.
Or
I have a fart cloud, man. I would have been fine. I was ready to run.
We could all leave. Right now I'm shouting and I'm waking up the dog.
Does a
Just because
22
also
hit?
in character. Yeah.
11 points of slashing damage, and there's another growl that it's more of a roar as she sees that you're flying towards her babies.
Well, actually, did
Is
you
the-
ever get out of the 5-foot range of her? Where you are now? 'Cause you kind of just flew over her to the other side.
Oh,
I
yeah,
see
are
her
you-
trying to
Yeah.
provoke it was the idea. But you'd have to either fly a little higher or move back a little further.
So yeah, I'll go up. I'll go up like one more.
Okay.
And was the 11 halved?
No, because you're raging. It is not, so let me take that off. Perfect.
Perfecto. Pretty sure that's all I can do.
As you begin flying over and you take that attack, you watch as these cubs begin to like whimper and cower. They kind of curl back into recoiling into themselves and huddle even closer together. And it's almost like it's a combination of like kitten mews when they're scared with the sound of crying babies kind of coupled together. I would try and do it for you, but I don't know what will happen, so we're just gonna leave it like that.
Okay.
Does that end
Could you do
your turn?
the? Yeah, I was gonna say, would you be able to do the +5 for the altitude? I don't know how to change
Oh,
that, or like how to. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. That brings us to her turn, and she is livid. She jumps up into the air, and 24. Go ahead and give me a strength save, please.
Yeah. Just double checking. Oh, sweet advantage. That's nice. Okay.
So
Boop.
normal.
Boop. Boop. You're rolling like shit today.
Okay. You take
Andy, why did you take all of Ace's good rolls?
3 points of slashing damage. You guys are going to drop down 5 feet. She continues her multi-attack, and she is attacking viciously. Ooh, a 21.
Fuck. Yep.
Another 5 points.
Okay, so let me okay.
Yeah, I'm going back and manually fixing it. And then the final attack. Does an 18 hit?
Just barely, yeah.
So Contagious, now that the tunnel has that opening, that clearing in it, there's enough light that gives a dim light, so you can kind of see what's going on now. It's not, high def or anything like that, but you watch as this beast leaps into the air and viciously begins to claw at and bite into. You hear the sound of bone crunching on metal. You hear the sound of cogs almost like clicking in place, like when it's trying to move but can't, like that. And for flavor, you see bits of wire that are now exposed from Godry's alloy metal form, kind of sticking out and beginning to almost rip and fray as the cubs continue to whimper and cry, and she full send. that brings us to Rick.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm typing something out to Contagious really quick.
No worries. It'll move you onto the map so you can see if you are looking to go in at all.
Perfect. I'm curious to know your interpretation of that, Contagious. Actually, I'm just gonna ask Denali.
Yeah, it would just
Wand of
it'd be yeah. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
So, Wand of Magic Missiles, okay?
Mhm.
If I use... So, it says verbatim, you can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge you expend. So, does that mean if I expend 2 charges, I actually get 1d4 plus 1 for the first charge, and then 2d4 plus 1 for the second charge?
No, you're just casting at level 2 now. That's all it is. The amount of charges you spend is the level you cast it at.
Increase the... Okay, so each...
So if you spend 4 charges, you are casting Magic Missile at level 4. That's
so
all it is.
44 plus 1 or whatever?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, 44 plus 4.
So,
Okay. Okay. I guess Rick like enters a little bit, and he'll scream out as like a little interaction. What are we doing? We killing this thing?
So it doesn't increase the +1 damage on it.
just the damage
Each
dice
dart
roll.
gives it a +1, though, right?
No. Each dart does 1d4 plus 1, and at higher levels you cast more darts. That's all it is. But each individual dart is 1d4 plus 1.
So it'll increase the damage dice rolled.
So if you're rolling, yeah. So each dart gets a +1. Increasing the level just increases how many darts you shoot.
Right. So if I throw 4 darts, if I use 4 charges to throw 4 darts, it's 44 plus 4.
Okay, yeah, right. Sorry, I thought you were saying each dart would get a +4, and I'm like, no. That's yeah.
No.
Overall,
44
yes,
plus
it would
4.
be 4d4 plus
Okay.
4. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I screamed that out to you guys. What do you say?
What did you scream again exactly?
What's going on? Are we
Like-
killing this thing? What are we doing?
What's going this? Yeah.
Awen will say, or if we can all just leave. I can close this behind us.
Why is Godry getting farther away?
Yeah, I was like, Contagious' response is, Godry's deeper. Do what you can. That's all he's gonna say.
Godry would boom out, retreat. Retreat. Fleeing escape is imminent. Just retreat.
Can I insight that? Oh gosh, it's freaking.
He's going to sacrifice himself.
You wanting to incite Godry's I'm gonna retreat? Or telling you guys to retreat?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I feel like this
There was
is
a lot
so
happened there.
good because the last time one of your friends told you we're all gonna leave,
You stay
instead of the leave, you got deceive. So I feel like it would make sense for, this is your first time in combat with him. This is your first time seeing him in action, and you don't really know what to fully expect from him in conquest mode. So it would make sense to question.
Well, I just want to sleep, guys. So make good decisions, please. And I guess I'll do another level 2 healing word onto onto Godry and probably book it then.
Beautiful. Sorry, my messages are popping off tonight.
That typo was crazy.
It was nuts. I was like, you can't drag the whole thing. Okay, so a total of 7 points of healing to Godry. So you guys would see from where you're at some of those
30.
wires that have been like getting cut or like torn from the claws begin to kind of like repair themselves, like almost like reaching back towards each other.
And I'll vicious mockery the Manicore before heading out.
What do you say?
Why did that show?
So let me
You
see.
targeted yourself.
I think you
Oh,
have Godry
you targeted
targeted as
yourself.
well.
Son of a
yourself.
frick. Well, there we go.
Well, the Manticore got a natural 20 on
What
its
the heck?
save.
Ah,
It's
whatever.
not allowed to do that.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, you still have yourself targeted.
But it takes half on a save, right?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, that's the other one.
Cantrips are all or nothing.
Okay.
And then I guess I move my feet 25 feet out of the cave.
Then we will put you back. If it will let me drag you. I feel like Jen is just looking at Jacos and is like,
Here we go.
I tried to tell them that this was a bad idea. But here we are.
Those two have a well-deserved "I told you so"
Mhm.
little fest going on out there.
At this point, you guys see, I'm not putting all the hippogriffs and all that shit on here right now. That's a lot to keep track of. But you see that the Feathergale Knights have returned, 8 of them. You see that Talric is there with some of the Knights and the Initiates and Thurl. And they land quickly and dismount and begin to approach. Top of the round with Contagious.
So Contagious will start by yelling at Gaudry. Be like, "This works 2 ways, buddy. We're not leaving people behind. Get the fuck out of here." And I will have my clone
Thank you.
move back just to the entrance. Out of the 5-foot range. Don't know if that's has it already used? No, it got its reaction back, so it could.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little focused right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I am going to move my clone back to be pretty much next to Awen. And then I am going to move Contagious 5 feet this way
Okay.
and use Lightning Lure on the Manticore. So let's see. Bop. Did that work? Did it make a roll? Should've
It
made
did not.
Why no worky?
Why no worky?
Do you have them targeted?
I do.
Let's see. There it goes. Oh, no,
Are you
that was
sure?
Godry's dice. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm trying to get out the bad roll for the next roll I make.
No, you're good.
Uh,
All right, click the dice next to it, next to Lightning Lure.
oh, is that what I have to? Oh, okay. I got you.
With a 19, it does succeed.
Okay, that's fine. Trying to get some attention, but Yeah, that's my turn.
Beautiful. So as you have your echo move away, and you take a step back and you shoot forth this lash of energy, this bolt of lightning. You watch as it kind of grazes across the back, the shoulder blades of this creature. And for flavor, I think this is really cool. It kind of like winces a little, almost like recoils, but is focused as it's got its maw still clung onto Godry's neck. That will bring us to... Anything for you, Jacob's love?
Anything for you?
Other Gales approaching.
Yes, they've
They're
just
here.
landed and they're making their way over. I'm just not moving them on the map because we're technically in turn-based mode.
If one of them, doesn't matter who tries to cross him and Jin, he's gonna put an arm out like, no.
Okay. I love how fucking sassy you are.
It's like,
No, bitch.
That's about silly. Yeah, nothing other than that.
All right. And I sent you a message, Cass.
Okay.
Jin will approach and do the same with you. That brings us to Awen.
Aelin is holding open the tunnel. Both of you out now. I'll close it behind us.
Tell that to the robot.
I am
Audrey?
coming. I am preoccupied.
No, leave now.
As soon as its claws is off of my cranial region, I will be there swimmingly.
Okay, she's standing there. She's waiting. That's it.
Okay. That brings us to Godry.
Da-la-la. Oh, whoops. What's it called? The sort of Mara was just flavor, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
am I?
No,
gotcha.
you're not. You just got knocked down 5 feet. Had you been on the ground, you would have been knocked prone. But
Gotcha. I shall just. I'll use my action to disengage.
solid.
Fly on over. Excuse me. You know what? You're a respectful mother. I won't talk to you that way. But I did not mean to.
Excuse
do
me,
that.
ma'am.
And as I pass with flavor as approved, I'll with one hand grab the handle of the chest, spin my body around so I'm like flying backwards now, and I point to Contagious. You are last. Come to. And
You are
then-
the rotten egg.
And then that'll be my turn. That's everything.
Okay. That
I should
brings
do it
us
that.
to
Just like right there.
Manticore, who is no longer targeting you. She is going to come down the 10 feet and kind of retreat towards her babies. But she quickly turns back around and shoots her tail spikes at you, Contagious.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
An 18, I believe, hits.
Yeah, no. All right. We're using a slot shield because I know
Okay.
it's going to hit more than once, so I might as well use it.
Okay. The good news for you is that you can see it now, so it's no longer at advantage. So
You get to
as-
gaze at the creature.
as you see the familiar preparing of the tail and watch as it comes over, ready to shoot these spines at you. You instinctively bring up your force, and there's just a ricochet of thump, 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 as these 3 spikes crash into it. That is your turn, bringing us to Rick.
When that last one hits, Contagious is just gonna scream out at it and be like, "We get it! We're trying! Just yeah!"
I know you said you weren't gonna put the hippogriffs on there.
Uh-huh.
The other 5, if you catch my drift, where are they?
Oh, they're still down here.
They're still behind the tree?
There's 4 of them, because Talric had ridden off on them.
Oh,
Actually, no, they'd all ridden off. They'd all ridden off because they had gone to go and get the others.
Udge.
Yeah.
And do I? Okay, and I don't see those here.
Hold on. Let me
They're not here
show
anymore?
these. Go ahead and give me a nature check to see if you can recall which ones they were.
Okay.
From where you're at, it looks like 2 of them are here. You know that the one that Talric was on is dead, but you recognize the one that he flew off on when he retreated to go and get the other Feathergale Knights. So you do recognize 2 of the...
That one's not dead. I Spirit Dying didn't heal it.
That's right. So
Didn't
its body is here as it's just crying.
Why won't you let me die?
But you do recognize 2 of them. You know for sure the one that he flew off on is there, and then one of the other ones.
Okay, and okay. Are there any people around them?
Yeah, so
Or is it
because
just
I didn't
them?
put them on the map, the birds that I just was just showing that they're there, all of them are here with the Feathergales. Like, they have all, like, basically parked here. And they are dismounting and walking towards you guys. So they're all, let me just move them all. They're all over here.
Thurl here. Da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. I guess he'll kind of walk over by the one that he had healed before and just try to console it a bit.
Give me
Nothing
an
else really to
animal
do.
handling.
Oh gosh.
If you're trying to comfort it. If you're just wanting to pet it, then you don't have to roll. But if you're wanting to comfort it, okay. It's definitely not bothered by your presence. It'll allow you to, like, pet it and stuff.
Remember, I healed you. If you can understand me. And he'll look into his eyes and just kind of like hoping to form some sort of bond with it.
Beast bond.
Needs
Which
to
I
be.
could have had. Oh. Okay, and then that's it.
Okay.
And I look at him.
Okay. Contagious.
He looks at me.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Bonus action. We're gonna do a little flippity floppity, and then I am gonna use. Oh, cool. You have a turn before then, so I'm just gonna flip right next to Awen, look at her, and be like, "Thanks," and then run out.
Beautiful. I'm gonna put you on the
Good.
other map.
Contagious is doing the right thing.
That was the plan the whole time. Gaudry's the one who went back in.
Why is Godry
So-
in the
so-
rubble?
To be fair, Makes perfect sense. Gaudry has not fought with Contagious before. Cat was in no danger of taking a attack of opportunity while he has his fart bubble up. Because either it moves and takes the attack of opportunity, or even if the monster decides not to attack the fart bubble moves 30 feet, and then I trade places with it, and now I'm out of danger.
Yeah.
But Gaudry wouldn't have known that. He's never seen that. He's just like, the fuck's this fart doing here?
What the fuck the fart's doing here?
Yeah, his mindset would have always been to do that, because also in case of if it were to look at anyone else trying to be like Awen in the cave way, just no focus over there.
There was also a little bit of like, yes, I'm here to defend everyone so we can get out, and then it's like, no, that's my job, and then Gaudry, no, that's my job. Contagious, no, that's my job. Get the fuck out.
No, you hit up
we were
first.
fighting over who was helping who get out.
You are priority. You need to get out. You are priority. You need to get out.
That's exactly what that
Meanwhile,
entire
Awen's like,
encounter was.
Out!
Yeah.
That was some hits in between.
Oh my god.
Literally.
Yeah, I had to start swinging because thank God for shield. I was not long for this world if that thing kept going.
Yeah, shield and rage definitely saved you ass.
I would say rage saved Gaudry because the half damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those hits,
Yeah.
those things smacking for 11 apiece. Ooh,
Yeah.
thank God I had shield. Which is why I wasn't using any other leveled spells. I'm like, I have to save shield until we're out of this fucking cave.
Absolutely. And for flavor wise, since I'm assuming we're going to be ending this pretty soon, the Feather Gale began to approach Jacos. I know, so you said you were going to hold your arm up and tell them no. And Thurl would, what do you mean no? We were told there might be more dangers, more threats within the cave.
Well, you were told incorrectly.
Deception. And I will allow you to take advantage and negate the disadvantage on this with the sassiness, the level of frustration and disdain that you have right now. I love those dice. Thurl looks at you for a moment, kind of narrowing his eyes. Then why are you all just here? Why would you say that there is more threats if there's not? And he's
They've been dealt with. I feel like we're not thinking here.
If there's one thing Jacos is good at, it's pissing off NPCs.
It's the sass, dude. I fucking love it. I feel like on my super sassy days, Jacos is my spirit animal. Like, all the things that I wish I could say to people.
In this
I'm
way,
gonna-
Jacos is the antithesis of Awen.
Yes.
Awen only knows politeness, and Jacos is just...
Who fed him malarkey?
As you give that retort, he just... Then perhaps we should return and have a rest before a celebration. As he kind of steps away and kind of, not kicks at, but kind of pushes with his foot the corpse of the manticore.
I thought it was the hippogriff.
Oh, can you imagine?
That's why I was like, oh!
Just another one to add to the we hate Thurl pile.
Yes, Les.
Jen seeing that, you can't see his face because of the mask, but you see him kind of look over to you and then back to Thurl. And you hear him clear his throat. Yes. And he'll, like, looking for, like, your cue, would, like, begin to walk towards the group slightly. But would very much match your pace. Awen.
Get the fuck out of here! She's as soon as Gaudry is past her, she is booking it and using that same mold earth to. Hey, did the manticore go back to helping the babies?
It
the
did
last
back off a
thing-
little.
bit, but it was still throwing attacks.
Could always just fly you out, let the whole thing fall down. Because is it like, are you like constantly holding it up, or is it just like up?
It's moved.
She's excavating, so every turn she's removing dirt. But
Essentially, if you stop, it's gonna start collapsing again on its own into the hole you've made. Yeah.
that's the assumption. My first thought was I can try this thing in. Now I'm like, oh, but do I wanna? Oh.
So what I would say is go ahead and use your movement now, and once Gaudry is out, then you can let it all collapse again.
Okay, Awen will go right here. She is still waiting.
Okay.
And I think the plan is gonna be to. So obviously she went through like 3 layers,
Mhm.
like because it took her 6 turns, 6 actions at least. She is going to. I mean, actually, if she lets go of this and it all tumbles down, it all tumbles down. But if she has some control over it, she'll only like collapse the outermost layer. That way it might be easier for this manticore to escape if it needs to, if it's trying to dig through it. But yeah,
Love
that way
it.
it's not digging through 3 layers, it's just the outermost. But also it'll be closed down, so it has a barrier between us, but also the Feathergale Knights don't think, oh, we need to investigate this. Nope, nothing to see here.
Beautiful.
Audrey, get the fuck out of there.
And that brings us
Gaudry turns
to
around.
Gaudry goes back in.
I need the second pile.
Finish.
This is
him.
the second. That would be the second time this has happened to her. She is not fucking having it.
The PTSD.
Yeah, no. If I had higher health, however, that would be a different discussion. But no. I shall. You know, Denali, now that it comes up.
Absolutely
Motherfucker,
not.
the next words on your mouth better be, I move 30 feet.
Hypothetically, I am coming out. But above table, right? In case something like this happens again, I was able to action disengage, bonus action drag the chest. I'm not going to, but if I were to, would I be able to get the second chest out of the cave?
You can certainly try.
Bitch, you do not have to get the fuck out of
You
there.
can certainly try.
Fight you.
No, we'll come back in 2 days. But no,
Actually,
yeah.
I'm not gonna fight you.
It will.
Jin is gonna fight you.
Oh, okay. He's been volunteered as tribute.
We're all fine.
He volunteered himself at this point. If Gaudry A didn't listen to him the first time and then B goes, I'm going back in for more after we took a beating, I would provide Jin the blade.
Fair.
Not that he needs it.
Fair. Alright, so when you watch as Gaudry emerges.
All right, shut that shit down.
Okay. And go ahead, Gaudry.
No, I was gonna. I was like, fuck, because fucking 2 turns ago I was gonna say to grab my spear, but it's fine.
Not
Let it
in
all
orbit.
tumble.
If you want to do a dexterity check, you can see if you can dive in fast enough to get it.
No.
Okay.
That
So
is
we are
illogical.
going to modify your inventory. So you have 1 spear
I th-
left. Because you had 2 of them, right?
No, it was 1. I was confused by the action thing, but I have 0 spears.
Unlucky. Okay.
Womp womp.
Delete? No, give it back. I want to read it.
Bye. Oh,
Too
here,
bad.
I'll share with you. Hold on.
You have to read. You have to have it to read it.
Yeah. Get good, scrub.
I will say before we end
Uh-huh.
up leaving this location, I will get my javelin on the upper cliff. Not right now, but just before we leave.
Yes, I am pulling the 2 needles I stuck in the manticore. Oh god, do I have to look for them? If I don't see them, I'm not pulling them. If they're not in an obvious spot, fuck it. But like, oh, one of them went into its fucking beard. I remember that.
Doesn't Godry have like a metal detector or some shit?
No.
He's got it,
Um,
right?
But
Is that racist?
what I will say is, in my mind, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. To me, darts are like ammunition, you know. And so I allow players, if they are making a point of doing it, as long as they don't like roll a nat 1 and like lose an arrow that flew off in the distance or something, you can retrieve 3/4 of your expended ammunition. Say for like.
Well, that's what I
bullets
say.
and things.
Because I threw 3, but only 2 hit, so I was really only going for the 2 that hit. Because the other one's just God knows where the literal needle in a haystack, right? I made a point of making these tiny needles, so like, fuck if I find that.
Well, the dice gods are favoring you right now. The D100 I rolled is in your favor, so you will retrieve 2 of the 3.
Back up to 29.
And then, Godry, did that pop up for you?
Yes. I see it.
Okay.
Also, if I see all the feather guard and everything kind of looking like out there and looking at us like what the fuck, Contagious should probably runs out and just like puts his hands on his knees for a second, just gonna look at him and go, fucking cave-ins, right? Just kind of like breathing heavily.
They
Godry
kind of.
would.
Go ahead.
Sorry, just to add to that, Godry would, like when we come out and everything's down, he would plant and just, he doesn't need to, but make himself just, like, let his squareness hang, like, definitely bridging between Awen and Contagious so no eyes might glint to the chest.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Owen will kind of huff and like, these idiots swore there would be some kind of gold or something, but it was empty, and then
Group deception check.
This is
I am
who's named my
taking
inspiration
Jacob's
for.
earlier into consideration, as well as this is all a very short period of time that this is coming together.
Oh, good. We're starting off with one good one. Oh my god, where did that die go? Did that even count? Nope.
What was it?
I went to throw a die and I threw it too hard. Oh, it disappeared. I didn't even look at it.
Okay.
Hold on. I think it was like a 12 or 13 or something. I don't know. I'm gonna re-roll and see what happened.
if I
That
inspo
seems
something,
about right.
whoa, 2 11s. If I inspo something, do I have to take the ladder dice, or if
No,
if my
The inspiration will give you the higher.
okay, just to see why not.
Yeah, why not? I got an extra to burn.
No, Jacobs, I'm
I
keeping
think-
yours in consideration.
I think my rage
Hell
would have
yeah.
worn off at
Okay,
this
we'll keep
point
the 13.
out of initiative. Would I be able to use guidance?
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Nomis Innovation is not with
You
me
guys
on
are
this one.
great.
Deception.
We got
Oh,
2 of them
damn.
tonight, guys.
Oh my
You
god.
don't see shit
Yes.
behind me, Thurl. Get your bitch ass back.
He's
So
always
you
had that
guys-
large chest.
Going back to that comment about the bitch and heat.
Oh my god. That was such a
Step
good
back. I will cleave your shit, son.
So
Like, who
as,
taught him that?
as you guys all come out and inform the Feathergale Spire Knights, nothing to see here. Problem solved. We are bad bitches. They all kind of turn to you. At this point, they've kind of like gathered around the body of the beast. You watch as Talric instructs some of the initiates to kind of gather it. They're going to take it back to the spire. But they look at you, and they initially have stern looks, but that quickly fades into almost respect. And being
Yeah,
impressed.
fucking time.
And Thurl will kind of give a slow clap. It is not facetious, just to put that out there. Like I said, there's that look of I'm impressed. And he will approach you guys, closing the gap, and address all of you, but his gaze lingers to Contagious a little more, as he says, "It appears the rest is overdue and well-deserved. Let us return to the spire. You can clean up and rest. We will have a celebration this evening."
I
Oh,
understand.
no, we could totally do another one.
What was that, Awen?
Awen will say, I understand you guys, might want to take the trophy for mounting. I at least would like to harvest the quills and other parts of the beast.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, please.
I mean, we're the ones that fucking killed it. Okay.
Thurl almost chuckles, and ponders for a moment. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Wonderful, thank you. She starts just.
Are you gonna do it here?
Yeah, she knows this girl knows how to skin a deer. She cleaned that bear in seconds flat. Obviously she's never seen this and there are feathers, but how hard can it fucking be? She just
Daisy's gonna
goes
look down
down.
like, do we need to wait for you then? How do you need help? Can I help? Do you want me to help? I don't.
I've got this. Just give me another minute.
Give me a
That seems
survival,
like a
please.
fast estimate.
Gaudry will look to Contagious.
To be
Is-
fair, you watched her skin the bear.
Yeah, but you had a vendetta against that bear.
Warranted.
And I
She might
assume
also have a
you've
slight
skinned a
vendetta.
bear before, yeah? I assume you haven't skinned a manticore before, right?
She's not skinning it though. She's harvesting the quills. Just
Okay, that's quicker. That's you're not wrong. Who booped?
We lost Chaos.
ask,
Cass?
but they're right here.
Cass. Can't
Their
believe they're dead.
Discord is being bitchy.
Every time I move my.
But yeah.
Go ahead and
She's
give me
making
your
quick work of it.
survival check. And if you're just removing the what you call it?
Mines.
Yeah. It shouldn't be too hard for you.
I mean, there's not, unless anyone else, puts in anything, there's not really anything. I mean, like, if you guys wanted the teeth or whatever, but, like, as far as useful things, she's thinking it's really just the spines. The rest is, like, trophy stuff that she personally does not give a shit about. Survival.
Okay.
Here it is.
Having not encountered one of these before, it takes a little bit of time to figure out how to best remove them. But you're able to. It takes a little bit of time as you figure out the best way, but you're able to.
How many does she get?
So they had. Let me check my notes because I had how many?
Are these the quill off the tail?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And she's being careful, all that jazz.
Let me double check something because they have a certain amount, and
Gaudry will look to Contagious. I know the Feathergale Knights were an odd sort, at least in my learning. Is this trophy gathering average?
Hey, just to kind of give just like a puzzled look for a minute. Are you asking if this manticore is of average size or if it's normal to trophy hunt? I'm a little confused.
Is it normal to take from a strong adversary after it is slain?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a pretty normal practice. Like, ooh, look what I killed, aren't I fancy? You know, it's... Yeah.
If Eowyn overhears this, she'll also be like, there's also lots of practical uses.
I see. Contagious, could you stand in my place? And this part will be a little whispered a little bit. Mate, can you stand blocking the entrance?
Do not. Do not.
I was like, Contagious is kind of giving a look right now. Godry, what are you doing? Godry, we need to sleep.
I am not doing anything. Just can you? And then he like glances down towards the chest. Take my place.
Yes, and he'll kind of just sidestep over. Now what?
So with Godry out of the way, he'd walk forward. As a matter of fact, let me see the map to where Thrall and the feathered bitches are. I'll come over here real quick.
The feathered bitches.
They had moved up a bit from where they are on the map, I believe.
Yeah,
At
they're
least
over
they're all in a
closer to the
couple of them.
Manticore. 'Cause
Gotcha,
they were
so I'll
getting
be
ready
like,
to
oh,
pick it up and load it up to take back.
Okay. Godry will say to Thrall, Thrall, you are taking the beast because the end of the hunt, correct?
Yes, we will harvest its meat and its pelt, and we will mount its head. Did you not see the others in the Great Hall? And he kind
I had.
of smiles very proudly.
I had, and it was understood that was your kills. That has come across. And while I am not coming, do not misunderstand, as me fighting claim, would it not be just us being the ones who fell the mighty beast to have first pick before it is taken?
Say that again, my apologies.
Basically, isn't it fair for the people who took the, like, I'm not trying to battle his claim over the body, but shouldn't the ones who solely killed it be able to get their picks first?
I don't
Looks
think
like he was
that's
about to pull Tona.
entirely unreasonable. But is there something specific you're wanting from it?
Yes. It is not of the meat category, so that is not to be worried of. If he's pretty much cool with it, I'll walk over and turn over once more. Yeah. You're not worried of the pelt condition, are you?
No. It could be used to make some garb or a nice rug for the hall. But the face looks okay as he's kind of looking down and kicking it over and looking it over with his foot. And the damage there is repairable.
At this point, Contagious reaches over and pulls a needle out of its beard.
Godry will nod and he'll get towards like the top where the neck is as he looks backwards towards Eowyn. I will not get too far in your direction. Apologies if there becomes a mess. And Godry will start to feel for the spine and take his sword and stab next to it. I'm gonna essentially try and take its spine out.
Slow.
Okay. Couple of things. First, give me a survival check.
With the D4?
Sure.
That's what I'm talking about, baby!
Yes.
Boop, dis, and then, where are you at? Come here.
Come,
Fucking-
Papa.
Yeah, feck. 10.
It's this is your first time encountering something like this, and the anatomy is different, the structure is different, and it's giving more resistance than you had anticipated it to. And Thurl watches for a moment as you basically like cut into and just reach into it, and you hear some like cracking and stuff like that, and he'll kind of chuckle and say, "Perhaps this is something we can assist you with back at the Spire. I think removing some of the pelts and muscle would make it a bit easier to obtain this." And then real quick, I don't want to cut you guys off. We can always go to the Fireside Kiki. We do have a hard cutoff, and I know Rick was wanting to ask something before we ended things, so I want to make sure that he gets a chance to say that before we get ready to wrap up.
Okay, so as all this is happening, Rick is like not even like really paying attention to it. He's like trying to like comfort this hippogriff. And Denali, does any of these Feathergale Knights seem to even care about this almost dead hippogriff on the ground? Is anyone like coming over or anything like that?
A couple have like looked at it, but go ahead and roll insight for me.
Gosh.
Not bad. They do appear to be concerned, but you get the impression that they don't have the capabilities to heal it or cure it. But you've seen some concerned looks as a couple have come over and checked on it and given it some love and everything like that. And there have been some whispers amongst themselves and looking over at it. So it does appear that they're concerned. They just can't do anything right now.
Okay. Even seeing that, Rick is kind of like tensing up a bit, and as he's looking around, and he's like, "Pardon me, noble riders of the sky, but if I may ask, what do you intend to do with this poor creature?" And as he's stroking the hippogriff, he'll kind of look down. I'd imagine like its breath is like ragged and
Yeah, it's
you know,
labored.
like it's labored. This one has seen battles, hasn't it? Served loyally, flown hard and fast, and now it lies here, wounded, but not gone. I just healed it. It is not a thing, not just a mount. It's a being. I ask not out of defiance, but out of care. What will be its fate?
We have a healer at the Spire who will be able to assess things. And while he's badly wounded, it doesn't appear that he's beyond saving. I'm not a healer by any means, and do not have much experience with saving lives, but it doesn't appear that this one will have to lose his.
Okay, and hearing this, you anyone that's like looking at Rick, you can kind of see his shoulders like untense, and he a kind of like smile appears on his face. Honestly, above table, I was hoping it was gonna go the other way. Anyways, he so Rick lets out a slow breath, and the hand still gently on the hippogriff neck, and he'll say, thank the winds and stars above. You honor not only this creature but yourself. To care for your companions, especially when they're no longer at their strongest. That's the true heart of loyalty. Strength isn't just in flight or fury, it's in passion too. And he'll stand up and giving the hippogriff kind of like one final like gentle stroke on like the back of its ear. He'll say, even though the hippogriff probably doesn't understand, but Rick doesn't care. He'll say, "You've got more skies ahead of you, friend. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." And then he'll look to the Feathergale Knights, who seem like Rick saw them a little bit concerned and all that. If you ever need a song for its recovery, I happen to be very good at writing triumphant comeback.
Okay. and you see one of the Feathergale Knights, which you would recognize this one as he was with the original crew that you had encountered before heading to the Spire, and he just kind of nods to the others like, yeah, this guy's legit. And they've all seen you perform as well. And I think he would tell you that would be lovely.
And then Rook will go rejoin his group.
With that, we will end the session here. I know
I'm
we're
gonna
a
open
little
the
bit
chest.
over.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
We'll give you just a second. Those of you who tuned into my stream tonight, thank you for your support and hanging out. This group will be back next Saturday at 9:30 Eastern. And you can catch more of the shenanigans and stories then. Have a great weekend. Bye!
do Yeah.
Yes. Wait, we did get the chest?
We did get the chest, yeah. One of them. There was stuff on the other side we didn't get.
We also have to roll a con save too for exhaustion. Sorry everyone, but
I mean,
Yeah.
we're going straight back to rest. Even if we get some exhaustion, hopefully it's not. Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Wait, we all have to roll a con save?
Yeah,
For what?
we were gonna have to roll one after the initial Manticore fight, regardless. That's what this is.
For
We just kind of
exhaustion.
extended that fight into round 2.
Miss me with that shit. Or do
Dude,
I?
honestly, I don't even know if I should have rolled. With everything that happened and not having gotten a point of exhaustion before,
Oh,
I feel like I deserve
gosh.
it. We're back.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Give me that spine.
Oh gosh. It's higher for me, right?
Did you roll for two?
Oh,
Take it. Just take it. Just take it.
You can roll.
Should just take it, JJ.
Yes, yes, I do.
No, we're about to sleep.
What was that?
Yeah, but if they already have one, they're only taking 1 point off.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm already. Use one more. One more.
Double or nothing. Big.
Gambler, stop before they hit big.
It is.
Alright, guys, we'll just actually sleep 2 days in a row without doing anything stupid, right? We're capable of that.
And Rick has 2, right?
I didn't even know they stay after the long rest.
Do they already have... Jin already has a point, right? If they don't have a point, then don't. I would say not use it because we'll have to drop it.
Is it
Mm-hmm.
is it an option to like next session say, hey, this is what you got. Do you want to use your inspiration before we start?
Really? Oh, you thought I was gonna jump off the spire 3 times. I got
I
you.
was gonna say I don't know about you guys, but I totally had Contagious jumping off the spire twice on my bingo card. Like,
Yeah, I mean that one was just obvious.
duh. Wait, she didn't make it? But she didn't have. Oh, no, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it still goes up anyway. It's about how long, not how many.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. It's okay. Just leave it all.
And then, I guess on the other question, personally, I'd rather know the items ahead of time, so we're not spending a bunch of time next session figuring out how to divvy it up. That can be what we do this week.
Good night.
Also,
Ooh, I got us thinking, yeah.
are we? No, sorry.
It doesn't say much.
I was gonna say if we're cool to do the level up stuff now, or if we have to wait for the long rest first, and also caveat, if everyone else is cool with knowing the items ahead of time, I can agree with it, and I'll be cool with that as well.
I think I'm in love. I like you. Well, that's fine because I will just keep working on it to make it pretty shiny like I do my current armor. Question. Actually, I'll ask you in private later. That's fine. I'm gonna regret asking the question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
I'm gonna assume this. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
I'm getting a an item. Sure. Yeah. Sure. I will be leveling up later though, because I'm going to bed.
Good night.
I mean, I'm still here, just letting you know.
How do I